Hello and welcome to Canal Lanes in Southampton, Massachusetts. I'm Bob Lee for the Candlepin Bowling Network, and we've got a treat for you. The first annual Joan Yamilkoski Memorial Tournament Championship. We've seen semifinals from both of these teams. We got a bonus tiebreaker match a moment ago. You see them all up there. Tim Hazert, raise your hand. Against Richie Myrick's team, raise your hand. We got Angel Morales, Brandon Martins, also known as Fendo. We got Justin Lapinese and Aaron Spiller, also known as Bubs. Gentlemen, start your engines. It is an 80% handicap. The two teams have very similar handicaps. Tim's team, in blue on your screen, they'll be bowling on the left to start things. We'll be getting 2 pins total in 2 strings. Wow. This has been intense. There was a little bit of a break. There's a hell of a run coming from Hazard's team. Brandon Martins threw a 142 in the open round of the playoffs and a 149 behind 3 strikes in his second. He had a double at the end to lead his team out of the wild card into this championship game. $2,000 is on the lines. And we just had our introductions from organizer Sean Sears. He says Joan Yamilkoski would have been delighted that we had a full house. 16 teams started bowling at 10 in the morning today. Justin Lapinese now begins the match on the head pin. Drops 7. He has it's the 3-5 in the front piece of wood behind the 3-pin. There it is. He hit it. Oh. Nothing to do about it. Angel also found his head pin, but is denied. Lapinese, as you can see, is a 90 average bowler. Angel, 96. He gets past the piece of wood that was hanging out there, taunting him. A good 10 to start things off here in the final. Maybe the most important match he's been involved in. He now leads. Basically, that takes care of the handicap in game 1. A 1-pin difference between the squads. Each team anchored by a well-known pro, Richie Myrick and Tim Hazard. Fireballers in the middle, Brandon Martins and Aaron Spiller, and their leadoff bowlers trying to get things going with a steady beginning. Angel has been very hot too. He had 3 marks in the first 5 boxes in round 1 of the playoffs. He's been above his average. He was above his average 6 of the 7 games that he bowled earlier today. He had 87 to start, 101, 98, 116, 92, 121, and 90 for a 96 bowler. He was under 3 times, sorry. Angel, though, is now at 19 through 2. As is Justin. First ball, the second leaves 4 horsemen for Lapinese on lane 14. For pro bowler, these will go about 36% of the time. Of course, pro bowlers hit their object 68% of the time. Modern pros do anyway. Angel, good bid. Whenever we give averages on Candlepin Bowling Network, it's based on pro bowlers' attempts without wood. Our definition of a pro bowler is someone who made it through a qualifier in the old days and appeared on Channel 5 or WNDS or one of the classic television broadcasts. 28 apiece through 3. Lapinese has a Cleary lead. Morales. Looks like that was right in the pocket. Leads little triangle fronted by the 2-pin. Leary's going around a 20% rate, and that's one of them. When they don't have wood, the wood helped a lot on that one, you could tell. Morales, good bid, there it is. Comes across the face. What was wrong with that one? Nothing, except that it didn't make the spare. Lapinese, though, the advantage. Both bowlers with 38 pins. Justin Lapinese in the bonus. Through 4. That was an ocean ball for 2. That's the difference in the game, 40 to 38. Angel follows suit. Lapinese with a nice steady delivery. And that was another one that you say, what was wrong with that one? Angel throws there's a good amount of right to left movement on that slow moving ball. Justin for a 10, makes it 50 side. Good pinning, only 1 spare with a fill. Angel takes 7, he's at 45. And counting the handicaps that will be assigned to both games, it's now a 3-pin lead for Team Myrick. Basically, stretch bowling the rest of the way. All right, here's Aaron Spiller.
No, I called Sean and I was like, "Do you have orders on it?" And he was like, "No." I'm like, "All right, we'll just go."
Known as Bub.
We're safe. Because I put like a flyer and I was like, "When I put Memorial," I like looked at her name and was like, "Shit, if I spell her name, and I spell it wrong, like I'm screwed. Like I'm not." Like,
Fendo wearing the number 31 jersey.
There you go, Aaron.
9 drop. Candy bar lead in front of the, looks like the 2-pin. And Fendo, who's been the hottest bowler in the playoffs, punches out 6. Spare for Spiller. You just joined us. This is the finals of the first ever Joan Yamilkoski. Oh, wow. Joan passed away last year. The owner here at Canal Lanes, part of the family, still owns the place. Oh! 7 on that, 8 on that fill. 18 in the first box. Fendo. Just a bit right. Wow, what a pickup. I think that was the 6-7. Whatever it was, it's gone now, and he has 2 spares and 28 pins to start things off. Fendo takes 8 in the second. He's at 17. In his 149 game in the semifinals, he started things off with a 5, so don't write him off just yet. All right, the right side down, 4 pins on that fill, 32 through 2 complete. Spiller throwing 40 miles an hour. That smooth delivery. Same speed as Fendo, who also threw that one 40. There aren't very many bowlers in the game that are throwing in the 40s. .39 with the 7. Third. Another and a 7 for Martins. He's at 24. Looking for his first mark. Two strings in the finals. Tim Hazer just took a pratfall in front of us. Did a nice job holding himself up. And a strike. The 2 pins to fall at the end looked like they were the 2 and the 4. Martins comes in right down the middle, 1-5. Brutal. Who put a 2 in the middle of the bullseye? Whose idea was that? Fendo's second ball here in the 4th. Right, Big Phil here indeed. He's still got 4 pins on the left, 3 on the right. One of those situations you would love a 7, but you get 6. That was a good 6 coming into that last lead. 30 in the 4th. Spiller, who had the strike, is at 49. And the bonus, 2 balls. And we'll need a reset on lane 13.
Those are 3 racks. Yeah.
So Angel Morales' team on the left finished the day with 2 losses. They were 5 and 2 during regular play. And another strike. That is a double. And a great ball from Morales, but he's rewarded with a split on his. Tough 8. And a tough side. Yep, a 38. But remember, he was hampered by that brutal 1-5 ball in the head pin. A couple of splits to end. You hate to see that when someone's throwing so well. You remember
Good job, Sally. Good job, Sally.
He had 291 pins in his first 2 playoff games. Now here's Richie Myrick, whose heroics tied game 1. He needed a strike spare and a 5 fill to tie that match up, bring it into overtime, where he led his team to a victory. Hazer, who threw a 7.05 to start things off, including 2 strings, 157 and a 162 on lane 13 and 14 early. Myrick to the spare. Great bid. Oh boy, almost got a helicopter to win. Hazer with the spare. Now Spiller's, I'll put Spiller at 69. He's got a lot of bonus balls coming. Working on a double. Myrick makes 10 in the first. Oh boy.
Side, baby, side. Let's go. Make some dances.
Hazer drops 8 down to the 5 and dime. That's an 18 start. Hazer, who took second in this year's World Singles Invitational. We'll get a 10 in the second. 10 for both bowlers in the second. Myrick at 20. Hazer at 28. A 26-pin lead plus at least three bonus balls coming from the spiller. 9 drop for Hazer. The 2-pinner remaining for Myrick. That is that's the 2-5. For the spare, plays it on the left side. Beautiful spare there. And Tim is right. Left it on the lane, but he managed to go between the 10-pin and the gutter. Myrick at 30 in the third. Hazer at 38 and is open. Richie Myrick now in the bonus. Right on, boy, right in the pocket where you want to hit it. Beautiful fill, and Hazer with the strike. So Myrick with a no wood, no luck 7-9. Oh my goodness, he almost managed to get that bounce off the wall. Good 10. Myrick's still perfect. 48. Start off the pair of 10s. Spare 8 and a 10. I don't think he's missed his object. Had a spread eagle in there too. All right, another head pin and a split. Tim's still got another bonus ball coming. Looks like the diamond there. Coming back. Jeez. Wow. Okay, that's a 9 fill though. 57 through 4 complete. Perfect side for Myrick. 58, you had just one spare. 4 10s. And a 67 half for Hayden. Those guys didn't miss very many of their objects. I don't think Richie missed any of the objects he was aiming for. 3 splits and turned them all into 10s. If you missed one, it was only ever seen one truly perfect game where the bowler hit every object he was aiming for. That was Chris Sargent. In his 190, I think it was 197. Oh boy, 9 drops for Angel. Down to the 5-pin. Justin Lapinanes. Off on the 6-pin. Spare bid. Oh, he found the wood, and it's good. Morales, 55. I don't think he was aiming for that one. Lapinanes who had a spare and a 50 side. Now has his 3rd ball here. Oh no. 2 sleeper pins back there, so that's going to end up being a 4. Richie takes a swing with his imaginary golf club. 4. All right, Morales in the bonus. Oh, all right, he doesn't mind the fill. Hates to leave. Chops the lead down to 11. Remember, Aaron Spiller. Oh my goodness, he got it! What was that? I think that was the 4-6.
Yeah.
I mean, there was wood, but it was not exactly pointed the right direction. This also for a spare. How about it? How about it? No, the 6 won't fall in this case. Angel Morales 73 and a ball in the 7th. Wood. 2 improbable spares in a row. First one improbable because you didn't see the wood coming after you missed the 5-pin. This one, a very, very well executed shot on the 4-6. Lapanese takes 9. He's at 63. Morales trying to cut that lead down to single digits in the bonus now. First ball in the 8th coming up next on lane 14. Angel right in the head pin. 4 on that fill. Right. Left of the head pin, but good lead. 1, 3, 6. Oh, another spare! Morales with his 3rd of the side. Holy cow. 87 and a ball. He was right on his, giving his team hope after the big double strike in the 4th and 5th by Aaron Spiller. We're bowling 2 strings though. Don't get too excited yet. You can get excited. Those are great spares from Angel.
Let's go. Bring that up now. Let's go.
Justin takes 8 and he's at 71. In the 8th. Angel just off the head pin, but knocks down 6. Gets himself 13 over his box. 4 horsemen. No, that was 2 pins to the left. Lapanese, second ball here. Nope. That'll be a 9. 102 through 9. I believe that's 8. Yep, 79 for Justin. Lapanese comes in. Started today off with a 114, a 104, 106 before dropping down into double digits. All good bid, but tough lead. Both bowlers with splits. Second ball in the 10th. These are the first bowlers. And we're going 2 here. Good bid. Angel got some action off the wall, but it was a little too deep to make the spare. Here's Berto.
Sorry, get one anyway.
Oh, I love this.
Good 10 and a 112 for Angel in the first game of $2,000 on the line.
Honestly, your dad is the reason why I stayed in the
37 for Justin. Had a spare in the first half. A tough side. That was a 37 half.
I love it. I put 20 earlier. In preparation.
Good news for Justin, though, is his team will be leading in just a moment. Aaron Spiller had a strike in the fourth and a strike in the fifth. So he's already at 59 in the fourth, plus the 10 on the board in the fifth.
I called Jimmy and said we probably be late.
This ball basically counts 3 times. It will be the fill ball, the third fill ball in the fourth, the first fill ball in the fifth, and of course the first ball in the sixth. First, let's see Fendo. Brandon Martin's coming off of 2 of his biggest games, 142 and 149. Delivers that one on the left side. Has a lambda lead. 1, 3, 6, and 9. Back. Oh no. Splits it. A beautiful ball. 2 full on the head pin though. 5 on the first drop. We'll put that in. 74 plus the 2 plus the fill balls. He's got 5 plus this one coming for his fill in the fifth. How about that? A spare on double strike.
He is my original coach, Joan
84 through 5, 94, and a ball in the sixth. Aaron Spiller putting on a clinic.
This was my first Wednesday.
He started with a pair of spares, a tough 7, then had a double strike spare. Back just a whisker left of the head pin, throwing a 39-mile-an-hour ball. 7 on the fill though, 101 through 6 complete. His team now with a 27-pin advantage. Good, and another one. How about six marks, including a double strike through his first 7 boxes.
Where have you been?
Welcome to Canal Lanes, everybody. If you just joined us, this is the Joan Yamilkoski Memorial Tournament, the first edition. And I'm going to catch up on Brandon. Brandon Martin had 19 in his first 2 boxes here. He's at 57. Drops 9 with his first ball in the 8th. Back on the head pin. 7 in that fill. So 118. Aaron Spiller. Martins is open. This is right. Spiller. Another spear! He picks up the 2-in-1 split. That, how about that? 7 out of 8 marks. He's at 128. And a ball with a double strike. That was to get a reset. Obviously, the pin setter looks like it's afraid of him now. With a shaky rack that he's got to reset. All right, so through 8, Spiller at 128 and a ball. Martins at 66. Comes in just a little bit past. Here's the fill, right on the money. Another 8 for Spiller, 136. through 8 complete. About 56 over. Good hit at a spare. Spiller for the spare. He's got it. 8 marks in his first 9 boxes. 146 in the ball. Four. Remember, we're bowling 2 strings here. Martin's team on a run. They came out of the wild card slot. They did not get a bye. The way the tournament works, we had 8 teams on the left, 8 teams on the right. The right defined by lanes 9 through 16. Left, we're at lanes 1 through 8, if you know Canal lanes, here on Main Street in Southampton. The 8 teams played each other, so seven matches. And after 7, Richie's team was undefeated. And they got a bye. The 2 and 3 teams faced each other on both sides to get out of the wild card. That's how Angel Martin's team, now bowling on the right-hand side, got through. They're in the blue on your screen. Team Morales. The spare, nope. 5 on the fill for Spiller. He's at 151. Almost impossible. Well, you know, I won't say anything's impossible for him, but he is open. In the 10th, 11th. He has 8 marks. That'll be 7. Tough 81 after Martins, who carried them through the first 2 rounds, is looking to Hazert and Morales for help in this one. How about a 160 for Aaron Spiller? He scores 9. We've had about 6 or 7 games over 160 today. I don't know, maybe 157 if I. And Timmy, I got Tim's scorecard here. Tim started off with a 159, 167, then dropped down to a 103, 104, and a 172. So he had 705. That's his high 5. This is a guy he's the number 2 world singles champion. One of the great bowlers of our time. How about that? Finds the pocket, left with a diamond. Myrick, who threw a perfect side, misses the head pin for the first time. How about that? He does. He gets the diamond to cut off the wall. A spare in the 6, 77. Nothing wrong with that bid, but no spare for Myrick. So a 9 for Richie, and he's at 67. Richie Myrick, running publicity for today's show, invited Candlepin Bowling Network for this broadcast, and boy, we're thrilled to be here. Love the lanes, love the full house, seeing people from Boston, Worcester, and a lot of our Western Mass friends. Here's Tim Hazard. Gets a lot of action out of the 3-pin. That'll be a 7 fill in the 6th. 84. Myrick drops 7. 5, 8, 9. Hey! Beautiful job on the mini high-low jack. 94. Little trank. Ouch. Needed some magic. Richie didn't find it there, though. Hazard at 94 and a ball has 4 spares in this game. Myrick has 1 spare, 77 through 7. Pinning very well. Left 1 pin standing on the day. 1, 2, 3, 5 10s, a 9 and a spare. How about that? 9 drop. Down to the 6 pin. 9 in the fill. Hazer cutting in the lead a little more. And a spare in the 8th. He's at 113. Myrick facing a 3-1. Needs a perfect ball. Throws a perfect ball. How about that? The eagle wing right. And the messenger goes for Myrick. 87 in the ball in the 8th. Lead is down to 26 minus this. How about 9 more for Hazer? 122 and a strike on spare for Myrick. And a spare. That is 4 in a row. 4 in a row. 132 and a ball through 9. Myrick with the strike. 97 through 8 complete. 107 plus 2 balls coming.
Don't worry about it. Go get a 20 right
It's
there.
4 there.
It's all there for
Still
you.
working. Good bid. He had the Caleri leave, though. That's a tough one. 20%er for pro bowlers on that execution. Acer, though, with 5 in the fill. So at 137. And Myrick, who ended up with a 9 fill at 116, takes 9 in the 10th. 125 for Myrick and a 147. 147. All right, and so at the half, we're going to check these scores, see if they're official. I have it 87, 160, and 125 for Team Myrick. 87, 160, and 125. That checks. 112, 81, and 147 for Tim Hazer. That checks. Total is 468 to 438, counting the handicaps. It is a 30-pin lead at the half. Behind the huge game, Aaron Spiller. Let's look back at that one for a second. Start off with a spare 8, spare 4, 7, double strike, spare, 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 and 9 for 160. Congratulations, Aaron Spiller, though, with the big pickup. Now we're going to move to game 2. We're going to put game 2 where you see the score. Leave the game 1 score up there.
The monkeys are in the house. Go pet the monkeys. Oh, yeah? Yep. All right.
Angel Morales now taking his position on lane 13. Justin Lapanese over on lane 14. All these bowlers were over their average during the roll-offs. Okay. They are registering the official scores. Dubber's last ride. Leads 468, 438 behind the big games by Aaron Spiller and Richie Myrick. Tim Hazer with a 147 though, and Angel Morales with a 112 helps keep his team in the match. 30 pins go quickly. I think I'm thinking back to a money match where we saw as big as a 102 lead reversed. 40 or 50 pins in one. Is this correct?
Those are the scores.
Yep. And then and these are the handicaps. Therefore, yep. Go ahead. That's the half.
I'll take a picture of it and I'll send it.
Okay. So our scoreboard is now official. They took pictures of it and everything, so it's real. Hey, $2,000 on the line, everybody. Nothing to worry about. Justin Lapines will be bowling next on lane 14. Come on, anytime, Sean. If you can sit down and okay, Lapines is off on the 2-pin. Angel with a very similar shot. Looks like they've actually drawn out mirror images of each other. Oh, good bid. Get 7 of those pins to fall. Angel had it rolling it right in the middle of the head pin, but that late break in right to left action took it off onto the 2-pin. Both bowlers still with mirror images. 8 for Berto, Justin Lapines. And Angel does him one better. Lead is down to 29. And we have 29 boxes to play. Here in Southampton, Mass. At the dusk. That one into the 4-pin. Angel takes out the left-hand side plus the 10-pin. So advantage Morales. One way I like to think of these matches, every box, when you're playing a long team match, every box is like a match play. Try to win your box. It's the only way you can close the gap.
Hey, Bob.
All right. I think we're on the spare ball here. Justin plays it high. Woo. That's a 10. That was a 10. All right, a 10 for Lapines. 18.
That was a
18
JB shot all
two.
day. And for those who are not familiar,
Takes
JB is
9,
known
he's
for
at
the caps.
18. Welcome, Sean Sears. Thanks for coordinating everything.
Thanks, Bob.
We're in the finals. Second game. How many people came today? It was a full house, I know. We had 16 teams of 3.
Yep, we had 16 teams of 3. Half the teams had a 4th person for their roster, so we ended up having 54 bowlers plus a bunch of other random guests coming in. So from different houses, different owners. So it was a great turnout. 70 plus people.
Justin for the spare. It's good. Lapines, 28 in the ball. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, my apologies earlier on the 10 box. They were asking where JB was. It's a running joke in Western Mass that JB got here.
Yep.
Is known for hitting a cap. If there's a cap, he plays the cap. So that's why we had to have a laugh that he made the shot off the cap.
You get a lot of extra side action off the caps. You never know which direction it's going though. Oh no! A good head pin shot, but only 5 on that fill through the. That was a spread eagle +1. Lapines 33 though.
Justin has turned it around since the last game. He's finding that head pin again. He's back where he needs to be.
Okay, this is a spare bid for Angel. Just a little thin. Got 3 of them to fall though.
Almost tripped the 4 into the 2-pin.
Yeah, some of the pro bowlers I meet ask me to. We keep stats on 4 horsemen and 3-pinners and stuff like that. They've asked me, that's for 10. Asked me to look at whether they go more often, the 3-pinners, the 2-pinners, and the 4, and the 4 horsemen on the outside or in the pocket.
I mean,
there's different places, different theories on that.
I honestly think it depends if it's on the right side, if it's a right 4 horsemen, left 4 horsemen, and if you're a righty or a lefty.
Go on. What do you mean by that? If you have a right to left ball or a...
For me, I make the 4 horsemen, the right side 4 horsemen, more on the inside, hitting the 1-3. And then if it's the 1-2 4 horsemen, I make it more often hitting it outside.
Interesting.
And have it just drive down the line because I have that side spin on it.
Now, we're out east, Central Park Lanes is notorious for the for the corner pin hanging on, even if you bury it.
Oh yeah.
Do you have does it matter whether it's a tough house to get the corner or not?
A little bit. I
That was
see
a
a
10.
lot more time.
That was a spare. That was
Yeah,
a
that
spare,
was a
for,
spare
Angel.
for Angel.
Wow.
That was
Nice
big.
pickup, yep.
The lead was
45.
starting to slip away from them there, and that was a big one. Honestly, out west, a lot more of the 4 or 6 pin. That third pin in the three pack is the one that stands in that 4 pack.
All right, well, with that spare, Angel Morales had 45 and a ball. Justin Lapinese had a spare and a 5 fill for a 49. So a 34 pin lead overall minus a ball for Team Myrick, also known as Dub's Last Ride.
Yeah, this is one of Spiller's last big hurrahs. So.
Oh yeah, what's that mean?
He's kind of
moving
steering away from a little bit from
okay.
league bowling, still doing the tournaments and stuff. So
Even with that 160, he's not going to change.
I don't know.
His mind?
He might change his mind. He also had the high average on the left with the 127. So I mean, if you're throwing 127s, you're dropping 160s in the finals. And do you really want to quit?
I don't. I wouldn't. But yeah, he comes in with a 109 average. And in the roll-offs, started with a 124, 118, 121, 110, 163, 127, 128. That 881.
And that is probably the most misleading 109 you'll ever see. He bowls right now. He's only bowling out of the Holyoke Turn Hall, which is notoriously one of the hardest houses.
I've heard of that. Yep.
And
I haven't been to Turn Hall.
No, you haven't?
No, I haven't.
It is known as one of the dungeons.
So maybe one where the 7 or the 10 pin don't fall on the 4 horsemen every once in a while?
You're lucky if you get 2 out of the 4 horsemen on that. But no, he's only bowling with work and stuff. What a shot!
I did not expect him to go for the 1 and 3. I didn't expect him to go for the 1 pin, but he did. It looked like he had 2 pieces of wood. He bounced off.
He had it nice and high.
That was on the 9 pin, I think, over there on the right. Great spare
nice and high.
For
got
Spiller.
that double width to slide over. But yeah, he's only bowling every other week, pretty much with work. So going from bowling 2 to 3 times a week to bowling once a week, it's a big gap.
All right, a 9 for Brandon Martins. Martins was the top bowler in the playoffs in the first 2 games. Really struggled in the first game here. I expect him to blow up right now. 7 on the fill. Spiller 17 in the first.
Yeah, and I was talking with Brandon a little bit earlier. It's one of those things that now that he's taking the game a little bit more seriously, wanting to get a little bit more competitive, he's raised his average about 4 pins just in the last 4 months.
Wow.
Oh
my goodness.
Definitely a bowler to watch out on the up and coming list.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw him for the first time about 6 months ago, and he's throwing 38, 40 miles an hour. First of all, he's a little wild, but when he gets his rhythm right, it just seems to go.
Down. Yeah. When he has that cadence down and his arm is getting out in front of him, that ball is, that ball is explosive. And that's a 10 for Fendo. Yep. I mean, you look at some of the bowlers who have some of the fastest balls out there. He's up there with those guys.
Yeah.
And
I've clocked him at 40 today. There are a couple guys at 45, like Daly, Tim Douglas, Keith Beaupre.
Yep.
After that, we got Jimbo Ayad in there around 41, 42, but that's your elite speed, 41, 42.
Oh yeah.
By the way, so same 40 miles an hour for Dub, Aaron Spiller.
Yeah.
I really haven't had the pleasure of watching him bowl before. I believe this is his first appearance on the network.
First appearance on the network. He hasn't done as many tournaments recently, but if you want to talk about one of the smoothest bowlers I've ever seen, he had a couple of little skips on that ball, but for years, Aaron was the kind of bowler where you would see the ball go down the lane, and you would see the ball, you wouldn't hear the ball. That's just how smooth he would get it out of his release.
Nice. All right, Martin's on a spare bid here. Has looks like the 1.
168.
Yeah.
who hits the foul line on the release.
Okay. And that's 9 for Spiller, 36 through 3.
And then 8 for Fendo.
27.
I'm not sure if you mentioned it earlier, but Brandon was at a 123 for the 23
for the tournament.
23 pins over average for the tournament.
Oh my goodness! No, I just saw him in the playoffs throw a 142, 149.
Yeah, he's been bowling insane during this tournament. At one point, I believe before the break, him and Tim were actually sitting first and second in the 130s after the first 4 games. So
Brilliant.
Had a little bit of a slow start in that 5th and 6th game, but he's been right back at it. Aaron was actually high on the left side today at a 127, 127 and change. He was the 3rd highest in the event.
As a 109 average, so that's 18 over his average or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like even Tim, he averaged a 130. He was about 15 pins over his average.
For spare, nope.
Brandon's got a good piece of wood in there, as long as he hits the front pin, or he might spin it.
Yeah, it came out. Wow, he sent it over. He almost interfered with the action on the right. That jumped over or under the ball return.
Yeah.
If he had taken out pins, it would be a reset.
Yep. Yeah. Aaron would have had the box over, and I'm sure he wouldn't have minded. You know.
It's the third time this year I've seen that. I'd never seen it before this year though. Pair of 9s in the 4th for the number 2 bowlers.
Oh, wow. Must be all those pins we took out during the week, during the game.
All right. 5th box. Both bowlers looking for someone to sit down on. Yeah, I don't know much more about Aaron. First of all, his nickname is Dubs.
He's got a couple nicknames. He's got Dubs. He's also nicknamed Papa. A lot of us out here call him Papa. He's been bowling since I've known him, so over 30 years. Always been in the 115s to 120s, usually higher. Just has taken a couple years off since the pandemic has kind of steered away from it a little bit, got into some other hobbies and other activities. So, but I mean, Aaron is one of those guys who you're always drafting him in a tournament.
Yep. The spare bid.
Wow.
Man.
Oh my.
Takes 3 out of the 4 horsemen in the 2 corners, but can't carry the 10 pin.
All right, and that's a 9. Spiller?
9 for Fendo, too.
Well, Spiller picked up 9 in that half. And we're down to our last, I'd say, 4 halves.
Yeah.
4 half, 5, a half being 5 boxes for a bowler.
Yeah.
This is a really, really big. So your most explosive bowler, obviously, Tim Hazer.
And Tim's been averaging the highest today. Out of the entire tournament, he averaged a 130 on this right side.
And I believe two of his highest were on points 13 and 14.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he averaged on 13 and 14, but
what he said beforehand was the 157 and the 163, I think it was.
167 and a 120.
Oh, 167 and 172. Those two were on this thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we might have
I have
him
a
with that
162 in my life. Wow. Anyway, Myrick also he's brilliant. Even with a relatively low 125, he hit all his objects in the first half.
Oh, Richie trying to play the cap to shoot that over. I like the idea, it just didn't get to the cap. But yeah, and I mean Richie 125 here is a little low for him. These are his. If we're talking about like favorite lanes for somebody to bowl on in a house, these are what we would call Richie's lanes, 9 and 9. Richie on these lanes during our Wednesday night league has a 199 and a 198. He's got a 459 triple and a 458 triple. all on these lanes. So when we talk about a bowler loving a pair of lanes, Richie will never disagree about this.
Myrick, first ball in the second. On the head pin, right side, 8. Hazer comes in and
throwing a bomb.
wow, what a strike. 19. And 2 balls through the second.
That's actually big. I mean, the lead was slipping a little bit there. You know, they went from 30 to 40. Spiller talking about how Richie is known for the 2-pinner.
All right, takes 9 in the second, 18.
That's big. Got one of the pins back, and he's filling. With Angel filling too, that 42-pin lead actually is more closer to like 25 to 30. So
yeah, I mean a double here. You figure a typical double is worth 54 pins in.
Yeah.
For a pro bowler, probably 55, 56.
Nobody's out of this match.
No.
Jeez, getting a little bit of a bad break there. 3 and 2. Oh,
same look on that one.
Tim's got a piece of wood angled on the 6, pointing the cap towards the 2. Richie's is kind of flat, so it's going to be a little bit tougher to get that 10 pin. But I don't hate that wood.
Oh, great shot! A spare from Myrick.
Richie just pushing that wood through, and Tim catching the cap.
That's 9 on the fill.
That is 9 on the fill, yeah. I don't believe Tim was trying to catch the cap with that pin. I think he was actually trying to play the 3 and cut it. But nevertheless, 9 on fill and a 10 isn't too shabby.
All right, 38 in the third for Hazer. And 28 in the ball for Myrick. That was his first mark. The lead
Tim, push
is...
the thing up. Tim, push the metal up and then press reset. Okay.
Right, so they're going to wait for lane 13 to reset before Richie Myrick in the bonus delivers his first ball in the fourth. Let's tell us a little about Joan Yamilkoski.
Yes.
Her first, I assume that means there's another one planned next year and others to come?
Yeah, so for those who don't know Joan had been the owner of Canal Lanes for 55 plus years. Bought it off of her father. Has been the owner for as long as I can recall. And yeah, she actually is in the Hall of Fame. Oh, she was inducted in the Hall of Fame. I'd have to look at the year. I want to say it was 2012. I could be off. But she did make the Hall of Fame as for all her contributions to like the youth leagues and the ownerships and being an owner and everything that she does. She was a big component of the Western New England Candlepin Association and the NBA. So great person, great coach. Really was big on the youth league.
Bonus ball now for Myrick as we've got the lanes reset. 8 in the fill.
And yes, this is just the first one. We wanted to open it up to house bowlers. We were not gonna lie, was surprised that it snap filled pretty much with house bowlers, which just shows how. Oh, outside. Just shows like what she meant to.
He did it!
Caught the ball off
the
the
heck
curtain.
was that? Was that the 6-7? 6-7.
Ball takes both.
Beautiful shot. 48 in the ball.
Yeah, just for what Joan meant to this house and to the Western New England, you'll see a lot of the guys from French King and the Bowlers out that area came down because they've known her through that. So just was a great event for her. So,
oh, yeah, you had a team from Central Park Lanes in East Boston, too, I saw.
Yeah, and for those who might not also be aware, the house money that came in, so the money that we paid for the tournament, the house actually donated to Alzheimer's awareness because that's what Joan suffered from and passed from. So all the donations from that went to Alzheimer's awareness, which great great foundation.
9 on the fill after the tremendous 6-7 spare.
And he's got a little bit of a guide there too. So. Richie let that ball get a little bit away from him.
And that's another spare. Hazer with a 67.5 plus a ball.
8, 9, or 10 here is big out of Richie right now.
If you can't see it on your camera, there's 4 pins standing on the right. You got 3 of them. That was a good 7 at that point. So that's a 52 half.
I mean, the lead was 30 going into this game, and they chipped out 2 of them, but they got the fills. So, I mean, you're looking in the teens right now, which over 15 boxes, a pin a box.
Yep. All right. We're in the 4th quarter now.
And, I mean, if you're looking at these 2 teams, you have Angel, Tim, and Brandon, who came in as the 2 seed. So they ended up bowling the first match, won that bowl, the second match, won that, but then had a long sit because Justin, Richie, and Aaron came in as the 1 seed. They had the ball, came in tied, and had to bowl another game. So
6 on the fill for Morales.
So even though that Justin and those guys had the extra doubles last ride, had that bye game, they didn't actually gain anything from it because they ended up bowling an extra game, and both of these
For the spare, it's good. The 4 horsemen fall for Morales. Those are big pins.
First 4 horsemen that went this game.
Oh, good answer. All right.
And both of these teams are now on their Gold 7 games, 2 playoff games. This is the 11th game for all of these.
Each bowled 3.
Yeah, this is their 11th game each.
Yeah,
so,
nice.
The fact that these guys are still dropping 160s and 140s is just
7
absolutely insane.
7 on the fill for Morales. He's at 68.
4 for Justin.
He's at 63.
Angel cuts into the lead a little bit more.
Oh, another
He makes a spare.
In the 7th.
And as we were talking about, just picking away at that lead, pins at a time.
How about this one?
No, just leaves the corner pin. Even with the wood there, nothing could touch it.
Or the 10. Yeah, it's good. 73 for Japanese. 3 over his box. Angel 8 over his box plus this fill.
And Angel's only coming in with, I believe, a 96 average.
Yeah. Come on! Yeah, we have that on the screen on the right.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
5 on that fill, 83.
Both of these guys are on pace to break their averages, so wouldn't expect anything less from the finals.
All right, high-low jackpot. Oh, no. Okay.
Just bounces over the wood, doesn't lose anything.
That was helpful, in a way.
Especially if you're chasing 14 pins, you don't mind not hitting that gutter ball. It's a little bit outside on the right.
All right, 7 from Morales. He's at 90.
Come on now. Of course.
And a gain there of 1 pin.
Not the pin you're aiming for, but in a close match like this, you take every pin you get.
90 to 81 in game 2. Angel Morales got the better in the first game with his 112.
Angel hitting the 1-3 pocket, but almost getting a spread eagle. Leaves the spread eagle minus the 3 pin. Going to need a good cut shot there. Justin on his first ball, a little bit to the left.
Yep.
Takes out the 4-7 for a 2 drop.
Uh-oh. Okay.
talking about the last 2 boxes of 11 games, you're going to be pressing a little bit. You're going to have that little bit of fatigue. It's going to come down to who has the stamina for these last 5 boxes. Angel,
Oh, what a shot. What a 10. 100.
What a great 10 by Angel there.
Right, that's
making the smart play.
Very good 9, yeah. With your sub 100 bulls, you really tell, at least on my team, I tell them to aim inside on that one.
Yeah, when you're missing outside on your first 2 balls, that last ball you tell them aim for the 3 pin. If they miss left, they're hitting the head pin and you might get a 10. If they miss right, they get that triangle, bail out an 8 box. So smart play by him, keep that lead, double digits.
4 horsemen minus the 2 pin, but plus 3 pieces of wood between the 1 and the 4. Morales needs, it's basically a 1 pinner. He gets it. Yep,
And
there it is.
The spare.
Wow, 110 in the ball, it'll get 11th rack.
Justin looking at the 4 horsemen plus the 7 pin. Justin gonna find the head pin.
Oh, great job.
Not only makes the 4 horsemen, but takes the corner pin with it. Great shot by both gentlemen.
Yeah, that one, like the Caleri leave, is about a 20%er for a pro.
Yeah.
You know, a pro is hitting their object 67% or more of the time.
We're talking about a 90 average bowler, and he's drilling that. Angel just off onto the 6 pin, gets a 5.
Okay, so 5, and Justin picks up a pin in that exchange.
Yep.
A 106 for Lapinese, and a 115 for Morales, correct?
That is correct.
All right.
Both guys about 16 to 20 pins over average, so that's what you need to do.
So a 227 for Morales, who's a 96, you know, has a 96 between the two. That is crazy good bowling. 30 plus over.
Yeah. I mean, even Justin.
35, I think.
35. Yeah. Yeah, and even Justin, that game gets him back over average for the 2. 193, 13 pins plus.
That's right. So down to, see, we have it in yellow. 15 pins the difference. Bendo on lane 14. Oh my goodness!
Fendo,
what a way to come back!
Bomb right now.
A 38-mile-an-hour strike.
No, he had been struggling the first 15 boxes, but that was big for him. Definitely needed that.
Put it in there, we'll take it.
He's got it. Oh boy, you like the look of that one.
Yeah.
From
now you're hoping to bail out a 9 here.
Yep.
You know, maybe that one takes the 10, but
Okay.
it's the 8.
All right, 62. Watch the score. The difference is 13 now. Bonus balls coming. 3 bonus balls coming, basically, from Martins and Hazer.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 fills. You're looking at a scratch match right now. Maybe a little bit to the advantage of Brandon right now. First ball,
Okay.
a little bit outside. A little bit outside, but he's got another ball.
Okay, that's the 129.
Not bad for not bad for the 3 shot, the 3 pin.
Now, a lot of times on the 1.9s or 1.8s like that, it's hard to get. Okay, that's a 5 fill. Okay. So
yeah, it's tough to take the back pin. Aaron does have the extra wood in this though, so if he hits it full,
he got it.
He does.
Oh, nice. Big spare for Spiller.
Just full enough to drive the ball back.
Yeah.
And have the head pin go into the 2. And Brandon will get
It's a 9.
Still mixing 9 box out of it. That gets it down to keeps it at single digits.
All right, he said 69 then, right?
Yep.
Spiller at 72 and a ball.
That is correct. Yep.
Okay. So we're up to 8. That means the lead is 9.
And mark to mark. I mean, you're looking. This is anybody's game. This is how you want to see a
This is
final.
great.
This is how you want to
This
see a
is
final
great.
match. First ball. Oh,
Okay, lemon drop.
somebody get $1 out. Oh, wow.
Wow, is that a 4?
That is a 4 fell. Aaron finds the headpin, but only takes out the 1-3-6-9. Use the cluster left plus the 10 pin. That's going to be a tough spare.
Oh,
Brandon
boy.
finds the headpin. Oh, man.
Nope.
Gets 5 more out of it. Aaron punches through. Leaves the 4-7-10.
Okay.
This is going to come down to an 8-box, 9-box, 10-box pretty much. You know, this is big pins.
That's 6 for 75. And how about that?
What a 10.
Wow.
It's the 4-7-10 clean. Wow.
86. 75. Spiller with the lead in the matchup here in the second game.
Aaron may not be putting a lot of marks up this game, but he is making some incredible 10 boxes, incredible 9 boxes.
He just threw a 160 with 8 marks in the first game too.
I mean, to come into the 11th game and still make a shot like that.
How about that? That was a good ball.
Leaves the triangle left. Aaron right on the head. Oh, same identical shot.
leave. I like the wood on Fendos. There is a little more action, even though it's behind the.
I mean, it
Behind the
does
5
help
pin.
if you get a little bit off that wood could come back and sweep.
But nothing
just
touches it,
misses it.
either the wood or the 5 pin. Great ball. And off the wall. The difference there that there was a wall to come back off.
Virtually a little bit of a hop, skip, and a
How
jump
about
down
that?
there.
What a turn of fortune. 96 through 9.
Brandon gets a 9 for an 84.
Right. First ball in the 10th. This is the second string of 2. If they tie, there will be another.
There will be a third. It's already happened to Richie and them. Richie finishing with a strike spare 5 fill to bail out the other game. So could happen again. Brandon.
Okay.
Ooh. Half Worcester takes out the 10 pin with it.
Hopper. Okay.
Nice
6.
little check mark left.
Oh, put the wrong mark up there. That was a spare. So that's a 102.
I mean, he'll take a strike. Takes out the single pin.
Oh!
Just lights out in this back half.
112. And he'll see an 11th rack.
And a good bailout by Brandon. Gets a 9 for a 93. He's going to be a little disappointed with that. He's under average for 2. And the way he's been bowling today.
Oh, yeah. Especially coming in with on the 142, 149, but you're
that adrenaline. Yeah.
bonus ball in the pocket and 10 fill. What a fill.
Fatigue's got to
122.
be a little bit of a factor there, but
How about that? A 282. If I'm
that is correct. Yeah.
I think that
That makes this a very big lead. 35 pins.
Tim Hazer though had a spare in the 5th.
This is the lane he threw a 167 on, too. I mean,
Yeah.
as we talked about earlier in this match, a double could make things very interesting, you know. Double right here, gets it down to 25, filling 2 marks. You never know. You never know.
All right, Richie, no stranger to high pressure. There's some on him too.
Richie's probably been on more TV tapings than I can name. And I mean, Tim, this past year, made it to the finals of the singles of the World's tournament, so the international tournament. So,
Yeah.
you want to talk about it?
How about a strike? How about
We were
that?
talking about hammers, right? You want to talk about 2 guys who are very familiar with pressure. It's the lead down to 25. Richie looking at the Caleri.
That's right on the number.
Oh, and to not trip the back.
You know, and it's almost twice as, it's half as likely to go when you have the sleeper back there.
It's tough to, especially, it's one thing when it's the corner pin, because you can hit it light, you can hit it outside and have the ball or the pin go out. It's a little bit tougher when you've got that 8 pin or that 9 pin, because now you're pressing on how do I hit it full enough to drive something back, but not full enough to make sure I get the full.
All right, so on the strike ball.
He's gonna trip 7 off the head pin. He does. Oh, the wood is getting away there.
Right. I mean, not much wrong with that one, but the lead. Right, that's an 8 fill for Hazer, 95.
Gets it down to 17. Richie's looking at an interesting lead here, the 3-4-7. It is doable, but with the 17 pin lead, I think I'm playing the 2.
Oh. Right. That's a 9.
I think it's a 9. I think there, with the 17 pin lead, I feel like you play the 2, and then play the 3, the single pin afterwards,
okay,
for the 10 to just keep that double-digit lead. Don't lose on the box that way.
Right. 16 is what I have. If we check our scores, 104.70.
Yep.
Our 122.93, 106.15.
Timmy,
That's
hits the
a
head
drop
pin.
and a candy bar lying in front of the 6 pin.
Richie on the head pin. Leaves the 2-4-6. Another tough cut shot. Tim makes the spare. It's a big spare by Tim. See what Richie can do with this ball. He's gonna just push it to the 4 pin.
Okay. Third ball in the 8th. That's a 9, 79.
Just double checking the math up there real quick. Let's see, they were down 30, they're up 50. So Tim's got to win the game by 50. He's down 16. Yeah, that. Uh-oh. Outside, leaves the 4 horsemen plus the 5 pin. Yep, 4 or 5 fill. Gets the lead down to 10.
Aaron pops it.
Oh, Aaron. Pop up.
Wow. All right, Hazer, we open.
I do like this whip for Richie, that 4-7-10 with that side plank there. Hits that 4 a little full. The 4 is going to go in. The wood will sweep over. If he gets it there, that's it.
He
doesn't walk it all the way.
And a 10.
Wow.
That was a
just
10.
spun it and can't walk the wood all the way over.
Hazer at 129 through 9.
This is a big pin for Richie, though. This will keep it a double-digit lead. This will keep the lead up there. And he does. Yep.
89, 1 box to play.
That is a
The lead is 10.
That is a great pin by Richie, though. That ensures he keeps it double digits. Forces Tim really to throw a strike right now. Maybe a big spare.
No.
Myers, do you right now, Myers, come on.
If Richie can get a 10 box out of this, no matter what, they cannot lose. They would only be able to tie. And Tim's going to have to make this shot.
Oh, no. Okay. 10. All right. 20%. I was
Tim!
Look at it. It's going. It's going.
It almost
went. It almost went, but that will do it.
That will do
makes it impossible. Cover the 10-pin difference, and congratulations to Richie, Myrick, Aaron Spiller, and Justin Lapinese. As Timmy Hazer throws a 139.
He also had a 286.
Yeah, 286 on the 2.
And Richie's going to get a 7 out of it to take the win by 7. 96 for Richie.
96, all right.
Final score 792 to 7.
How about the end from Eric? From this is Dubber's last ride, right?
This is his last ride.
And in his last ride, he finished at the end with 122. Right, he had a spare. He threw a strike on his spare.
Yeah.
His last ball. If this were to be his
last
last
ball,
game,
if he's
his
ever-
last ball was a strike, which
What
was
better
the
way to
difference.
go out?
You know, if he throw a 2-pinner, they lose.
Yeah. What
You know,
better way to go out?
What an incredible performance. Hey, Sean, I really appreciate it. This is really exciting. I love the lanes. I love the Western Mass vibe.
I really appreciate coming down and doing this for us, Bob.
right.
Thank you. And Candlepin Network.
What a match. Again, the final score. Dubbers last ride. The team Richie Myrick, Aaron Spiller, and Justin Lapinese will go home with $2,000. $1,000 to the runners-up, Tim Hazard, Brandon Martins, and Angel Morales. I'm Bob Lee for Candlepin Bowling Network. Thank you. We'll see you on the lanes.